Imagine with me just for a moment. The power just went out. Your phone is at 8% battery because, well, you forgot to plug it in again.
Don't!
And outside of your window, you hear voices that you don't recognize. In that moment, what you have or what you don't have can make all the difference between safety and utter complete chaos.
I'm in danger!
Today on the Spartan Investigations YouTube channel, we're talking about something that can quite literally save lives. It's your family safety plan. And most specifically, we're talking about 5 items that every household needs to have in order to stay safe. But before we get into that, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our content. We're bringing you free resources right here to help you, your family, and even your business build a culture that will keep you safe. So let's get into this. First on this list is a charged flashlight. And I want to make sure we know that that charged flashlight is not your phone. See, when the lights go out, a lot of people reach for their phone as their flashlight, but here's the problem. Your phone battery is your lifeline for communication, and you don't want to drain your phone battery for a simple light when there's other options. There are ways to fix that problem. You want to invest in a quality, rechargeable flashlight and keep it accessible to everybody that's in your home. You get bonus points if you get one with a strobe function because that's really ideal for signaling. Second on this list is a basic first aid kit. Listen, accidents happen all the time. And if you have kids, you know accidents happen way more often. A well-stocked first aid kit isn't optional, it's essential. Make sure it has more than Band-Aids though. You want to make sure you have antiseptic wipes. You want to make sure you have gloves, which don't sound like super tactical, but it's really important to create a barrier between you and somebody else, especially if you're using this first aid kit for somebody that's not in your family. You want to make sure you have gauze and any family-specific medications that you might need in a pinch. And for bigger emergencies, and for those big emergencies, make sure you add a basic tourniquet and some quick clot gauze. Those things are going to help you stop bleeding when bleeding needs to be stopped desperately because somebody's life is in danger. Third, we have a fire extinguisher. And if you get a fire extinguisher or when you get a fire extinguisher, make sure everybody in your house knows how to use it. Kitchen fires are one of the most common home emergencies there are. Having a fire extinguisher is great, but if you don't know how to use it, it's basically like a big red paperweight.
This is worthless.
If you don't know how to use a fire extinguisher, use the PASS method. PASS is an acronym which stands for pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. So you want to pull the pin, aim the hose at the base of the flame, squeeze the trigger mechanism, whatever that might be for the different extinguishers, and then you want to sweep back and forth at the base of the fire, making sure you're getting the entirety of the flame. Teach this method to your spouse or to your kids if they're old enough. If you've ever been in a house fire or have family who have lost it all because of a house fire, you know just how important this is. Fourth on this list is having a communication plan. When things go wrong, panic sets in and cell towers can be overwhelmed. Because of this, you want to write down a contact list and keep it somewhere physical, not just on your phone. You also want to take the time to laminate the list so it doesn't get destroyed in a storm that might include some flooding. Also consider designating a family meeting spot outside of your home and have a backup place in your neighborhood just in case your primary meeting place is inaccessible in a storm. The main point here is this: if your family can't talk, they should still know where they can go to meet up. Number 5, we have what we call force multipliers. If a violent intruder breaks into your home with the intention of causing you or your loved ones harm, you need something that you can use to even the playing field. The idea of having a firearm in your house might make you really uncomfortable, but what's worse is needing something to defend your family but not having it at your disposal.
We suck again!
So if you don't have a firearm, have a conversation with a friend who has some experience in the area. But don't just get a gun and think that that's good enough. You need to get a firearm, but you also need to get some training. See, the only thing that's worse than a bad guy with a gun is a good guy that has a gun but is completely ignorant on how to use it.
Say that again?
The only thing that's worse than a bad guy with a gun is a good guy that has a gun but is completely ignorant on how to use it. That's how people unintentionally get hurt. So get some training, commit to the rules of firearm safety, commit those rules to memory, not just putting it on a piece of paper and knowing the rules so that you can pass a test. Learn how to shoot, but not just shooting at a stationary paper target. Get some real reality-based training that will prepare you to perform under stress. One more thing about firearms. Know the laws of the state that you live in. Never assume anything is legal just because it seems right or because you had ethical motivations. You need to know your laws and how to abide by those laws. So there it is, 5 things your family needs to stay safe. Before we close, let's recap. Number 1, we've got a flashlight. That isn't your phone. Number 2, we've got a first aid kit complete with a tourniquet and some quick clot gauze. Number 3, a fire extinguisher. Know how to use it. Use the pass method. Number 4 is a communication plan. And number 5 is a force multiplier or force multipliers. And I know that we talked a lot about firearms in that last section. But if you're interested in other forms of force multipliers that you can utilize while in your home to protect your family, let me know. Put it in the comments and I will gladly put together a video specifically for that. Before I close this video, let me leave you with this. Being prepared isn't about being paranoid. It's about being a good steward. It's about keeping your family safe and not leaving it all to chance. So start today with these 5 items. Remember, these items are just a place to start. It's not the finish line. If you found this to be helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more real world security tips, and share it with someone that you care about. Stay aware, stay ready, and remember, security isn't about fear. It's about preparation. I'll see you in the next one.